And good morning, welcome back to NeelyFX. My name is Michael Neely, and this is the channel where I talk about foreign exchange trading, prop firm trading, and hopefully making money doing all those things. I say hopefully because it doesn't always happen, as I'm about to show you. However, if you like this video at the end, then I want to remind you to go ahead and hit the thumbs up button. And also, if you want to see more of these videos or want to see more of the silliness I'm doing, then by all means, subscribe to the channel, and you will then YouTube will notify you when that happens, when I put up more videos. So as I just mentioned, we have risk involved, and so I need to disclose what those risks are. And it goes something like this. This channel is for educational and entertainment purposes only and does not constitute trading or financial advice. I am a professional trader, not a broker, trading my own capital. I do not solicit funds, manage client accounts, and nor do I hold CFTC or NFA registration. Forex trading is highly speculative with a high risk of losing some or all of your investment capital. Only trade with funds you can comfortably afford to lose. And then in the CFTC risk disclosure, it goes something like this. Forex trading carries a high degree of risk and may not be suitable for all investors. The high degree of leverage can work against you as well as for you. Before trading Forex, consider your investment objectives, experience, and risk appetite. You could sustain a loss of some or all of your investment capital. Alrighty, so let's jump into what happened in the overnights, and we'll start here. It's a good place to start. Look at that. Why is the camera not working? Hold on just a second. Alright, there we are. There I am. Hey. Yep, now I'm back. Okay, great. The camera's working again. Alright, let's see what we got going on today. Okay, let's see. So I am down, look at that, $3,400. I took a big pop yesterday. Look at that, 335 is what it says. It's more than that. Let's go ahead and go over to here and see how much that trade was yesterday. Trade history, and it was $700. That's what I was down yesterday because this happened. Let's come back over here. Oh no, not that. We need that in dark. A lot of things changing on the system last night, so the camera didn't work, and a lot of the things are setting up. I also have a new external hard drive. It should help me out with the Photoshop end of this. And yes, I still use Photoshop. So the text real quick. Okay, so let's see. The DXY right here, full chart, and let's see what happens. Look at that number, 100.1. So the daily high close of 2025 was not there. It was way back there. But at any rate, it looks like we're testing the high closes of November, the November range. And it was way up there, and everything else was way down there. So what did that do to my trade? We actually got a large pullback right there, but that doesn't mean anything because we got a large pullback here too. And a large pullback indicated a bearish reversal right there that did not pan out. So that's why I held on to that trade because I was seeing a lot of bearish stuff happening in the last couple of days. And then today it just took off. Well, that's not true. I had plenty of time to get out of that trade. Probably should never have been in it in the first place. Something that I have not been doing lately is one, I've been trying to predict the future. Don't do that. You're going to lose every time with Forex because Forex, you cannot predict the future. There's so many different things that could go wrong. You do not predict the future. You trade what you see. And even though I was seeing this, I held on to it thinking it was going to top out around here. It didn't. And I paid the price on that trade because that's, you have losing trades sometimes. There's nothing you can do about it. You will have losing trades. I don't care who you are. If you are listening to somebody who never has a losing trade, get away from them as quickly as possible. They're selling you a course on how to do that. No, it's not possible. I've been doing this for a long time. There are a lot of other traders that you should follow, like James Stanley and Michael Boutros at Forex.com. I don't get any money for dropping their names. I've been following them for about 15 years, and they are simply the best when it comes to technical analysis. Especially Michael Boutros. I'm starting to realize that something else, another reason why I lost money on this trade is I stopped doing my homework. I stopped watching the videos and putting the items on my charts, like the like a pitchfork or something like that, or channel trading to show swings in the trades, and I've not identified my swing high, swing high, swing lows. So look at that. The camera froze again. What's going on with this thing? All right, I'm back again. Let me show how that's happening. External hard drive is doing that? It can't be. Oh well, keep an eye on that. Make sure that I don't freeze or lock up for some reason. All right, so the DXYs go through the roof. Dollar index are looking at 100.1, and I've got to get back into my homework. I'll be doing that a little bit later. Oh yeah, let's look at some other things we've got going on today. Risk on, risk off. It's down. It's up at neutral. This morning when I first looked at it around 2 o'clock in the morning Eastern time, it was pegged. It was way down here, like 12 or something like that. So we were looking at a possible turnaround anyway. Let's look at the strongest, weakest currencies. This has flipped since I turned this on, or since I got everything set up about 5 minutes ago. The dollar is now the strongest currency, followed by the Japanese yen. So that's pretty sure that was not going to go anywhere. However, the pound versus the yen is probably getting crushed. That's probably where the trade needs to be right now. Maybe. We also have news coming in today. Not that news. This news. There it is. Oh, good. 7 minutes. 7 minutes. We're going to have a whole boatload of economic news coming out, and we'll be recording the whole thing. So this ought to be kicks. I'm going to keep an eye on that. Where are we now? Okay, euro versus the pound. As I mentioned yesterday, we're starting to get a turnaround on that. The euro versus the pound. So the euro is starting to becoming the dominating currency in, Europe. I just thought of something. All right, and look at that. The camera froze again. So we're going to come over here, and we're back. I got audio back, don't I? Wait a minute. Okay, I got audio. All right, this is getting old. Okay, let's close that out. Move that. Move that. And come back to this. And there we go. And I'm back. Hey, look at that. All right, so sorry about the technical things going on today. But why is that so huge? Where'd I go? Look at that. Massive now. Oh, well, there I am. Okay, so here, let's go. So I did set up a little trade right here, a little trade action. I saw something in the two charts we're looking at. This one, and news coming out in 8 minutes. Oh, look at that. And it is dropping like a rock. So, did the news come out yet? Not yet, but it has getting hammered. Let's see if there's, so we got 15 seconds on this. We'll see what the news is. If I could show you what I'm seeing over here. That happened just in the last couple of seconds. That was green a minute ago. And we have pending news. Let's see what this pending news is. Encoding overloaded. Consider turning down video settings or faster encoding present. Okay, so running out of memory on a machine I just put the virtual hard drive on. Okay, so I need to dump some programs or something. U.S. durable goods down, or flat instead of up 1.1. Core durable goods down 0.1%. GDP Preliminary GDP, half of the estimate, 0.7%. Core price index, about the same. Inflation is tame. That should be what we need to see the euro taken off. Daily. Okay, we're not going to see the daily one on this one. That's the 1 minute chart I was looking at on the other screen. So not doing so peachy keen today. I did set up a couple of trades, and I didn't set up in the demo account, so I can't show you that. But in my personal accounts, I did set it up to go higher today on the end, and those trades should be in right now, which is good. I did set it up here too, so let's see what's going on here. We have trade history, positions, and we are down $11 right now. So we should see a huge drop in DXY with that information coming out. Let's see if we got it. Huge pullback. Go down on a 1 hour chart. So we got, and yeah, it's pulling back pretty hard. But as I can see on the 1 minute chart, we're going to want to keep a very close eye on these trades because they're not going to stay long, even though all the technicals are showing me that this is a bouncing point. That's why I saw the euro versus over the pound, and euro versus the dollar, and pound versus the yen. No, I do not recommend jumping into a trade before all that information comes out. That is a quick way to get stung bad. As a matter of fact, I may still get stung bad. You know, I do not recommend that. Most prop firm challengers, most funded accounts would not let you trade 3 minutes before and 3 minutes after. Based on Audacity, Capital doesn't. With their challenges, they don't care. You want to trade them in news? Go for it. You know, that's just how they do things. So let's get back into what we're doing today. DXY is down not as much as I thought it would be after that. So let's go ahead and get into the dailies again and look for trades. 69.2 on the euro. That's going to bounce. That should hopefully bounce back. We've got shallow stop losses anyway because it's and I will close this trade out before 5 o'clock today, win or lose. So what have we got going on here? DXY, dollar versus the euro. So looking at that. Euro versus the dollar, 114.6 was down to 114.4 earlier. And that has popped back and decided to do some different things. Dollar versus the yen is doing fabulously. It is holding right there. I guess it'll be okay. Pound versus the dollar broke out of that range yesterday. I just drew this line yesterday just to see what would happen. Just to see how healthy that trade was, and that trade did not turn out to be healthy at all. As a matter of fact, it's coming down pretty hard, down another 100 pips since yesterday morning, since our yesterday's video. Pound versus I was right. The pound versus the yen is getting hammered today. Down to 11.43. That is going to be, what is that? 212. That's $1.20. 120 pips right there. And we're starting to see the euro versus the dollar take off. Yay. Euro versus the yen, right here, 182.80. Coming off pretty solid. Doing I eat. It's starting to come off too. So with yen strength, you're going to have that across the board. Dollar Canadian. Dollar Canadian's taken off because the Canadian news is probably worse than the American news that came out today. Yep, pretty much. They lost 83,000 jobs. We lost 92,000 jobs. So the job market in Canada and the United States is not good right now. If you can find a job, hold on to it. Maybe that should be the thing. I'm sorry. We are seeing inflation perking up a little bit. Preliminary GDP Price Index at 3.8% versus 3.6%. That's quarter to quarter. And that was Core PCE that held solid. So we are starting to see inflation coming back into the United States. Score. Let's see. So on a macroeconomic level, that's not necessarily great news for for Main Street. However, for traders, it's actually good news, so we can start getting some action. Dollar versus the Canadian is starting to top out in this range a little bit. We'll see what happens with that. Canada's not doing as well as expected. Again, Canadian dollar versus the yen is coming off its highs, despite oil. Oil did come down a little bit, not as much as probably anybody would like, but it's down 93.8. The gas stations are raising their prices based on anticipated future pricing on oil. So they're actually pricing in their future purchases into gasoline. Now, remember, they get the gasoline price of the margin on the gas purchases is extremely small. So small business owners, I see how they're going to raise that to get a little bit of profit in, because they only make like a penny a gallon or something like that. Especially after some of the other places like California, the taxes gasoline very heavily. So that's the reason for that to all the whiners out there on social media. Dollar versus or Aussie versus the dollar. Yep, it's coming off. 70.50 did not hold on to 71 as well as we thought. We started to watch that fall apart yesterday. Gold's holding. Gold's holding at 51.14. Not awesome, not horrible. Platinum. Again, not really going anywhere, much of anywhere right now. Very strong resistance level right here at 22.03, so we're probably going to see the metals coming off some more. Palladium, again, looking like it could be hitting a bottom. That would be a possible bottom at this resistance. At support. If it breaks support, then it's got some ways to go. So probably down to 1369. If that happens, we start seeing the metals unwind. That'll be interesting. Silver is falling off too. Silver is starting to form this very nice little wedge right here. Let's draw some lines on that and see what happens. And this one here. This is also very, very subjective. This may not happen. That's an equilateral triangle too, as best I can tell. So what that means is that we don't know. It means something's going to happen. It could be good for your trade or bad for your trade, but we could see some additional volatility happening in that. Software sector is finished mixed yesterday with Salesforce up 2.5%, everything down. Upwork getting clobbered. Let's look at the Upwork chart, just for kicks. This is what Upwork looks like now. It is at support. There's a lot of directors were selling their shares a couple weeks ago, so I think everyone's about abandoning ship on this one. I'll show you why. This is going back to the days of COVID. This is a weekly chart. Actually, not days of COVID. Shortly after days of COVID in 2021, back when the new work from home craze was going on. So it hit 60. Now it's trading around at 59.6 for its high. Now it's trading around 11.86. That is pretty close to an abandoned ship. And I don't know. I think they turned a profit 3 times. So it's one of those companies that has always baffled me how they got on Wall Street to begin with, how they got into a stock, how they became a publicly traded company anyway, because they've made a profit very, very rarely. So we'll see what happens with that. But at any rate, I think that's all I got for today. Let's go ahead and get into our stuff for today. Go back to DXY. And well, if you like this video, then by all means hit the thumbs up. We actually got to watch the video going on, or film the video when actual news is coming out. So that was interesting. You could see the what effects of a 0.7% GDP increase in the United States are. Not recessionary, but it's a pullback. big pullback, 4% last quarter. So I think everyone that's the Trump economy is raging. I think we can start facing reality on that. It's not really. I don't know what happened during the during that 4.3% GDP push, but it's not happening today. With that, that's all I got for today. You guys have a great one. Again, if you like this video, then hit the thumbs up. If you want to see more of these videos, then subscribe to the channel. And lastly, if you want to talk to me directly, then just hit me up in the comments section. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. But in the meantime, you guys have a great one. Talk to you later. Bye.